still remains intact. His ability is still the same.
Yeah.
But man, he really doesn't have anything to prove to you. Oh my God. He is still able, even if we die in this fire, even if we die in this flame, all of these witnesses are going to remember that the last thing we said was that our God is able. Because see, one thing we got to understand, we know the Father's power, but sometimes we get locked in a one-dimensional aspect of his power, and we don't understand that when we lose somebody, when we lose the person that we love, sometimes we fail to realize that a part of understanding the makeup of his power is we got to understand that not only is he powerful and he's a healer and he's deliverer, he's also sovereign. Which means he does things by the counsel of his own will. And then, watch this, the same power that can heal them and deliver them and raise them up is the same power that allows you to keep your sanity. It is the same power that keeps you from losing your mind. It is the same power that sustains you. Psalm 46. Psalm 46. I'm 100% sure that what I have to say is from the Father. Confirmation has already been given.
Yes, God.
Confirmation has already been given. I'm just going to go ahead and give y'all this announcement. Okay? And Keisha Bass, I don't know what she said yesterday. Standing right there in that little corner right there. When she said, you know, we have the victory. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 57 says, but thanks be unto God.
Yeah.
Watch this, Tyra. Who gives us.
Come on.
I think I need to show y'all something. He gives us the victory. I'm gonna give this to you. But just walk down there with it. Now watch this. Now that I gave her the victory, she becomes a carrier of victory. Y'all, I don't know. I don't think he caught that. He says that God gives us the victory. So watch this. Before she encountered whatever she was going to encounter, going on her pathway, she had already been given the victory. So she went into whatever she was going into, carrying. Oh, Lord have mercy. See, you got to understand that the Father is he's not reactive. He is proactive. And he knows you're going to need victory. So he doesn't wait until you face what you face. He allows you to begin with victory. Oh, Lord. So you actually go into whatever you go to carrying the victory. I have the victory. What says that? It is so real to I don't even need to see it to know that I have it. I said, tell somebody you're a carrier. Victory, you're a carrier. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. God is our refuge and strength. I need to say it again. God is our refuge and strength. Say it again. God is our refuge and strength. Watch this. A ever-present help in the time of trouble. Watch this. Therefore, we are unafraid. Even if the earth gives way, even if the mountains humble into the depths of the sea, even if the waters rage and foam, and the mountains shake in its turbulence, there is a river whose streams Jews. Make glad the city of our God. The holy habitation. Your Bible says of our God. This Bible says of El Yon. That means the Lord Most High. He says, God is in the city. I will not be moved.
Yeah.
When daybreak comes, God will help it.
Yeah.
Nations were in turmoil, kingdoms were moved. His voice thundered forth, and all the earth melted away. The Lord of hosts is with us.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that again. The Lord of hosts is with us. Our fortress, the God of Jacob. Come and see the works of the Lord, the astounding deeds he has done on the earth. To the ends of the earth, he makes wars cease. He breaks the bow, snaps the spear, burns the shields in the fire. Desist and learn, or be still.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on now. That's good.
Be still.
Come on now.
And know that I am God.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy. I don't know if y'all hear this tonight. Just be still and know that I am God. I want y'all to help me preach real quick. I want you to hold somebody by the hand and just kind of squeeze it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Don't squeeze too tight. So we got but just squeeze it just a little bit. Just a little bit. And say, hey. Say, listen. The Father allowed Pastor Demetri to fly to Seattle. This message. He wants you to know that all you need to realize where you are right now is that your ever-present help is here.
Thank you.
Maybe we need to shorten it a little bit and look at somebody else and tell them, your ever-present help is here. What am I trying to tell you? What am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that you can't lose sight on the fact that because of where you are at the moment, you can't lose sight on the fact that God is present. Watch this, y'all. He never runs. He does not run from trouble. He does not run from calamity. Because he realizes that although he may be challenged, he cannot be stopped. So what you have to understand, listen, although you cannot feel him, and although you cannot hear him, and although you cannot see him, you cannot go on your senses to try to determine his proximity to you, because he is present. He is present. My reality, Kendra, and perspective rests on the truth.
Yeah.
That he is present.
Yeah.
Watch this, watch this. I will not dismiss the truth out of my mind that God is present.
Yeah.
I may be waiting on his manifestation. I may be waiting on his demonstration. I may be waiting on him to reveal himself. But I cannot forget the fact that he is present.
Yeah.
Watch this, y'all. Watch this. I was studying as I was reading this, and as I was studying, as I was reading this, I started to understand something because it became so real to me. He said this, y'all. When I looked at the word, the word, the Hebrew word, it talks about trust, and it talks about the reality that trust is this thing that creates a shelter.
Yeah.
Watch this, y'all.
Man, that's good.
Trust creates a rock-like shelter. Watch this. Listen. The Hebrew word picture indicates a person crawling into the heart of God and securing himself in the heart of God. Watch this. And experiencing the comfort of his breath. Watch this. What is he trying to say? He's trying to say, when he's saying he's a very present help, he's trying to say that where you dwell is in a place where you are secured in his love.
Yeah.
Watch this. And he is as close to you, or he is as real and as present as your breath is. I don't know if you got that. He is as real and he is as close as your breathing.
Wow. Amen. Lord.
Watch this, y'all. That means he is with you with every breath you take.
Yeah.
He is with you at every moment, in every place, at every time. He's the only one who can be omnipresent. He's the only one who can be equally present with me as he is with you. He is the only one who has the ability to comfort you to the same degree that he comforts me and never run out of strength and never run out of power and never run out of ability. He is the only one who can be that present.
Yeah.
Watch this, y'all. Just throw your hands up and say, God is with me.
God is with me.
God is with me. Right here. Right now. I don't feel it. But he's here with me. And right now. And I need to tell y'all this. He is trustable.
Yeah.
Even when he is not traceable. He is trustable. Even when he is, I can't feel him. God, where are you right now? I know you asked that question. I've asked the question. Where are you right now? I don't understand how I'm feeling. I don't understand all of this trauma. I don't understand all of this drama. Where are you right now? If you have never asked the question to the Father, where are you right now? I doubt it seriously if you really have a relationship with Him. Because you got to understand that His presence is so comforting. The scripture said in His presence is fullness of joy. At His right hand are pleasures forevermore. So I love to be in His presence. I love to know that His presence is with you. But here's the reality, y'all. You have to know beyond what you feel. You have to be fully persuaded. And you have to know that although I cannot feel Him, and although I cannot trace Him, right where I am, Father, I'm going to trust you in this space and in this place. Because at some point, He's going to manifest Himself. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all. He is as real and as present as every breath we take.
Yeah.
So watch this. When I heard y'all say, I'm alive because He's alive, I said to myself, that's so interesting. Because when I was making my notes, I wrote it. I'm alive because He's alive.
Yeah.
Watch this, y'all. The reality is that His goal for me is the picture. His goal for me is that I learn how to crawl into His bosom. He that dwells in a secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of them. He gets me in the place where He holds me in His bosom. Watch this, y'all. Where He puts me in a place where I don't have to be moved. Not by what I feel, not by what I see, not by what people say, not by what I say to myself, not by what the adversary is saying to me. I'm not moved by any of those things because I am dwelling in. I'm dwelling in a city. Hey, y'all, you don't understand what I'm saying. I said He's present here with me, constricting me to do my job, but He's present with my dad to get him off of a machine so that he say, thank you, God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You know, all he did was fight a giant.
Yeah.
And play music for Saul. One day Saul got mad at it, started throwing javelins at it. Then he started to pursue him. So David is now running for his life. And he's had to find a safe place where he could hide. And while he's sitting in the safe place, this song comes to him. And then just like he's sitting in this cave that is protecting him and shielding him from his enemy, David is reminded of his God that shelters him, that keeps him protected, that keeps him safe. So then he says, God is my refuge. God is my shelter. God is my hiding place. Watch this. When I looked up the term in the time of trouble, it actually means that the enemy has declared war. And so he says that when the enemy has declared war, that God becomes a very present. Oh, God. When the enemy, watch this, and at the time, Saul was greater than David. At the time, Saul had more resources than David. At the time, Saul had a whole army of people that could come and find David. David was pretty much by himself. Right. So David says, I'm in a hiding place and I got many enemies pursuing me. But just like they can't find me in this cave, they cannot find me in your presence. They cannot harm me while I am in your presence, because you shield me and you shelter me and you protect me and you watch over me. So when the enemy came to eat of my flesh, they stumbled and they fell. Although they had an agenda that was for me, they stumbled and they failed, because when they declared war against me, God said, don't worry about it. You hide and I'm gonna fight. All you hide. I'm gonna give you a place to hide, but I'm gonna fight. So,
yeah, that's good.
So watch this, y'all. I've determined, that's Vanessa, that my challenge will not become my crisis.
Yeah. All right.
I need y'all to say that. Say, my challenge will not become my crisis. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why your challenge will not become your crisis. Because you got help. What's this? The reason your challenge will not become your crisis is because you have help. Got into the place where you have become offended. Say, my challenge will not become my crisis. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why your challenge will not become your crisis. Because you got help. What's this? The reason your challenge will not become your crisis is because you have help. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, y'all. See, I heard what you said. I heard what you said. That's what I'm talking about. This is the confirmation. I heard what you said, that some people had got into the place where you have become offended by what the Father has allowed you to go through.
My God.
Here's the reality, y'all. Here's the reality. The Father allows those different things. Yeah. But you got to understand that the enemy is warring for your perspective.
My God.
I said the enemy is warring for your perspective. And you've got to understand that your perspective cannot change of who God is. Because if your perspective changes of who God is, then you will actually see what you are dealing with as bigger than He is. And you will forfeit His ability to deliver you.
That's it. There.
But because I'm waiting on deliverance, because I'm waiting on Him to get me from, because I'm waiting on Him to get me through this, I'm not going to forfeit His ability. I'm not going to doubt His ability. I'm not going to change my perspective because He is who He was and who He always will be. Just because your circumstances change doesn't mean He did.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean He stopped being as powerful as He always was. Doesn't mean He stopped doing what He always did. If He doesn't do it, He is still able. He wants your perspective. He wants you to see. Why would God? Why would He let you go through that? I thought He said He loved you.
Yeah. Come on. Talk about it.
Oh, but this don't look like victory. Wait. This ain't fair. This ain't fair. You know, Father. Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, he's warning for your perspective. That's it. Because if He wins your perspective, you will adjust your behavior to reflect your perspective. And you will eventually start to believe what He's trying to get you to believe about who God is. So then you stop worshiping. Then you stop praising. Then you stop believing. Then you stop trusting. And then you go all the way back to what you used to be. Somebody will talk to me. I'm just saying. That's the reality. That's what he's trying to get you to do. Because he's trying to get your perspective. Because the adversary don't want you to believe that he really is your enemy. So the man said, after I get through explaining all of this to you, settle yourself down and stand still. Be still and know that I am God. Know that I'm the sovereign one. Know that watch this. I know how you feel. But watch this. Right now, how you feel does not influence who I am.
Yeah.
Right? God have mercy. I'm gonna give y'all a few things and I'm finished. I studied the word enemy. It's not for me. I studied the word enemy. When I studied the word enemy, I discovered that the word enemy had a twofold meaning. So when I'm studying the word enemy, I don't got time, if later on offline, maybe I'll, break down the words to you, but I'm not doing it right now. But when I studied the word enemy, I understood that the word enemy, it was a twofold thing. Yeah. That whenever we see the word enemy, on one hand, watch this, the word enemy, see, and I studied it, it's right here. When I study the word enemy, and you break down the letters of the word enemy, now, although it is a twofold meaning, the letters mean the same thing. Yeah. From the Hebrew alphabet, the letters mean the exact same thing. Okay, so the letters mean to lead, to secure. But when you get to the third one, depending on which side of enemy you're dealing with, determines who you're dealing with. My God. Okay, so when we're talking about the adversary, Satan, yeah, y'all do know him. Yeah. Watch this. Please don't let anybody make you believe that he doesn't exist. You have an adversary, yeah, the devil, who walks around as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Now watch this now. Don't get confused. He's not a lion. Come on. He's an imposter. Oh, yeah. He's an imposter. He's as a roaring lion. In other words, knows what the lion looks like and sounds like, so he knows how to impersonate.
Yeah.
See, seeking who may devour, because the real truth, the real lion, Yeshua, the lion of the tribe of Judah. Y'all understand that's who the real lion is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Watch this. I like to say it like this. If you hear the enemy roaring, understand it's a recording. Because he really only got the ability to meow. But watch this. When you deal with the word enemy, when you're dealing with the adversary, the devil, watch this. It says it means to lead, to secure, watch, to separate you from the house. The goal of the adversary, the devil, the enemy, is to secure you in a place of separation from the house.
Yeah.
The house is the safe place. Watch this. But then on the flip side of enemy is that God told us as his people, I will be an enemy to your enemy.
My God.
So when you dealing with the Father, watch this. He said when he's the enemy, it means to lead, to secure by his work in the house.
My God.
It means that he wants to secure you in the safe place.
Yeah.
But the enemy wants to make sure you get out of the safe place.
My God.
Now watch this. Either you will be on the Father's side or not on his side.
Yeah.
But whoever wins your perspective determines what side of enemy.
My God.
So either, watch this, either you're going to be separated or you're going to be protected. Lord have mercy. So I'm not going to allow what I momentarily deal with. So watch this, either you're going to be separated or you're going to be protected. Lord have mercy. So I'm not going to allow what I momentarily deal with to switch my perspective. Because if I allow that to switch my perspective, then my steps are going to lead me to separation.
Yeah, that's it.
But if I keep the perspective of who the Father is, then my steps will make sure that I am safe.
Yeah.
So watch this. Watch this.
Come on.
When you understand God is present, it's three things. I'm gonna take my seat. Number one, his presence is a reassurance of the victory I already carry.
Yeah.
I need to say that again.
Yeah, say it again.
His presence is the assurance of the victory I already carry. Watch this. Like Moses, when it was time for him to go face Pharaoh, before the Father sent him, Carol, he asked him a question. He took him through a little experiment. Watch this. He said, Moses, what's that you have in your hand? Come on. What's this thing that you already have, Lord? You already are in possession of something here. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that it was what Moses had in his hand that he threw down. That turned into a serpent that ate up Pharaoh's serpents. You got to understand that it was what he had in his hand that he raised up to open up the Red Sea. You got to understand that it was what was in his hand that he hit a rock and water came out the rock. Y'all see it. But it was already in his hand. Before he had to go do what he had to do, he already had what was necessary. So God had to be with him to remind him of what he already had. So his presence becomes the reassurance of a victory that I already carried. Huh? So he said, Moses, hey, y'all at the Red Sea, Pharaoh chasing y'all. You got mountains on both sides. You got this big old sea here in front of you. Don't be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. But don't forget, you got some in your hand. Lift it up. Stretch forth your hand. And then the Red Sea opened up. They went across on dry land. And then they got on the other side and began to celebrate. And watch this. And what he told them is something I need to tell y'all. Look back at the enemy and said, the ones that just got drowned in the sea, these enemies that's been chasing y'all for a long time, these people that kept y'all in bondage, now when you get where you got to go, you're going to see some other enemies. But these enemies right here, you ain't gonna see these no more. These enemies that you see right now, you're not gonna see them no more. You may cross over and face some other enemies, but you ain't gonna face these no more. See, that was an announcement to somebody. That was prophetic to somebody. That's some stuff you have seen that I came to tell you. You're not gonna see it no more. That was the last time. Last time. So he said, I'm going to be present with you. So I can remind you. I gave that to you already. I gave you that victory when I gave you the rod. I gave it to you already. Watch this. When you are reminded of what you are a carrier. Because sometimes people carry something. But if you carry it and you carry it loosely, somebody can take it from you. Watch this. But when you carry it like you know it is not only something I carry, it is something I possess. Now I'm not just a carrier of victory. I am a possessor. Okay. This is how the seasoned saints taught us to say it. Not only do I have the victory, but then they flipped it over and say victory is mine. You're not just a carrier. I have the victory means you're a carrier. But victory is mine means you are. I have the victory means you're a carrier. But victory is mine means you are a possessor. Lord, okay. Number two. Verse number two. Number two is the fortification of our position. His presence fortifies my position. I shall not be moved. No matter what happens, no matter what goes on. The Apostle Paul said, I think it was in Romans the 20th chapter. He said, man, everywhere I go, I've got beat up, I've got stoned, I've got left for dead. He said, and I'm on my way to Jerusalem now. And I don't have any clue what's about to happen to me, except I know I'm gonna get beat up there. But this is what he said. But none of these things move me. Watch this. When he's saying not being moved, Mommy Carol, he's not just saying being moved out of a place. Because sometimes we get too comfortable in a place. So the Father will sometimes move me out of my place. But although I may be moved out of the place, he doesn't move me out of the purpose. I may be moved out of place because sometimes me being moved out of place is essential so that I'm not moved out of purpose. Because you do know, watch this, you do know that you could miss your purpose being still.
That's it.
Because you miss the timing. Because sometimes the Father, it's time for you to move. It's time for you, but you miss the timing because you're comfortable. But sometimes it's time for you to move. You gotta have, watch this, you gotta have the sense that a grasshopper has. What you mean? But sometimes it's time for you to move. You gotta have, watch this, you gotta have the sense that a grasshopper has. What you mean? The grasshopper knows that the wings that he has are not strong enough to carry the weight of his body. But what the grasshopper knows how to do, Pastor Vanetta, is when he feels the wind blowing, he'll jump up in the wind and let the wind carry him. Y'all don't understand. You gotta understand when it's time to move. Maybe you don't possess the strength at the moment, but when you feel his wind, you need to jump in the wind and let his wind carry you. I was just looking at this play on words because, you know, it was just interesting to me. We're talking about, you know, the Father is for us, right? He's present with me because he's for us. And I started looking at him. My mind was like, man, I'm looking at all these words. Maybe he really is for me. Because he afforded me. It sounds like he really is.
Right.
I'm looking at something that's concerning him. I keep seeing 4. Oh Lord, this is much. Number 3. His presence is my constant sustaining force. I'm a little bit of a nerd, so Star Trek was one of my favorite. Not Star Trek. Star Wars. I like Star Trek. But Star Wars is one of my favorite things to watch. Still is. One of my favorite lines on Star Wars. Y'all know the line. Hey, what now? May the force be with you. It's one of my favorite lines. It's powerful. They go into something. May the force be with you. Well, you got to understand that the Father's presence is your sustaining force.
Yeah.
It is sustaining force. It is what continues to strengthen you.
Yeah.
Watch this. It is what continues to sustain you beyond your own strength. It's a constant sustaining force. It never gives way. It's constantly flowing. Its strength is constantly flowing to me. The strength is constantly being given to me. His presence there is a constant.
Yeah.
Watch this. Yeshua told his disciples, these things have I spoken to you. Remain in you.
Yeah.
And as a consequence of my joy remaining in you, your joy is full. Watch this, y'all. We have got to stop attaching celebration and rejoicing exclusively to circumstance.
Yeah.
Because Yeshua said, I'm not giving you joy like the world gives. Because the joy that the world gives, it is fleeting. The joy that the world gives, it is very temporary. It is very fickle because it is based on things and circumstances. It is based on stuff that is subject to change, that is subject to ruin, it's subject to be taken away. That's the kind of joy that the world gives. So he said, I'm not going to give you joy like the world gives. I'm not going to give you joy that is outside of you. I'm going to will put something in you that will sustain your joy. So this is joy that is unspeakable. Can't be described. That is full of glory. This is joy that is already in you. So at any moment, Kendra, nothing has to happen, but you can rejoice. I think you might have missed that. Because the joy is in you, you can at any moment rejoice. That means when I need it, I can pull it back up, Paula, because it's already in there.